All right, ladies and gentlemen, hello, how are you doing? Hopefully you're doing well. I am Darkside Phil, and welcome to a new edition right here live on stream on Twitch, or you may be watching this on demand on YouTube. It is Ask the King, the big return. I have not done an Ask the King in 2 months. This is a show that I do bi-monthly on purpose to build up questions, and I figure every 2 months there's usually enough going on that people have enough questions and things to ask, and it ends up being a pretty good show, okay? So, haven't done one since December. Today is February 22nd, 2018. I'm here live, and I'm excited to answer all of your questions. We got questions from my forums, thekingofhate.com. We've got questions from the patrons, people who pledge. You can actually see the link right there. People who pledged to my Patreon the past couple of months. And because of their levels of pledging, they got their questions answered for sure on the show. That's going to be good. We've also got people who posted up on Twitter. Thank you to those who did that. And if we have time at the end of the show, sometimes we do, sometimes we don't, I'll be doing a live mini kind of Q&A segment here with the stream chat, where I ask them questions, and people who cheered, sub, and tipped during the show as well may have had questions, and they'll be getting those answered at the end of the show, okay? So, we're about to begin. I just wanted to say, again, to everyone, thank you very much, everyone, recently for your support on streams. Things have been going great. I enjoy the streams daily because it's a big positivity, it's a big feeling of positivity and fun on the streams, when previously it had been, I'll be honest, me just kind of coming to work every day, right? That was like that for a good 2-3 years, and then this last year, things have been reinvigorated. I'm excited to come and do shows like this. I do apologize, my voice is hoarse. What's happened is in the last week, it got very cold here in the state of Washington. It dipped to like 15 degrees Fahrenheit. So my heat now is blasting on constantly. And I go to sleep and I wake up in the morning and my throat is like, oh, it's swollen and it's sore. And it's funny because over the course of the day it gets better. But then I go to sleep again. I wake up the next morning. Oh, it's been like this for 4 straight days. So I have a lozenge right now. Earlier today I used this new kind of tea. It's called throat coat tea that has this lemon stuff built into it. I had that with honey. That helped. I'm doing everything I can on my end, but there's not much I can do when it's just a situation where, you got dry air and everything. What I may do, I have a humidifier, and I may try to use that tonight, because obviously something needs to be done to stop my throat from swelling up overnight, which sucks. But it is what it is. Gotta do what I gotta do. Gotta tough through it today and answer your questions here on Ask the King, all right? So, thank you again, everyone. I think it's time to get started with questions. Now, what we're going to start with are patron questions, all right? Patron questions, these are people who pledged to my Patreon in the months of December and January. That's what I should have said. December and January. And these people pledged the perk amount so that they have their questions answered for sure on the show. Now, somehow, I don't even understand how this happened, all right? But somehow, I missed out on someone's questions back on the last episode of Ask the King. I don't know how this happened. I swear I went through the list and I copied every question and put it into my list of questions. Somehow I missed them. So we're starting off this month's episode, all right, with the questions from Big Tone. Big Tone asked several questions that I missed out on, so let's do those first, all right? First question, would I ever consider doing viewer or Patreon PUBG squads and duos? Listen, I don't understand why people still think that, people still think it's 2012 or something. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're not aware, I have tried to do multiplayer stuff over the years, and it used to work because people used to be very nice and fun and positive, and they would come in and they would join random lobbies or whatever, and we'd have fun playing online multiplayer sessions, and it was great. And then I'd say probably around 2014, 2015, all of a sudden people just wanted to be nasty to me constantly. And every time since then I've tried to do an open multiplayer session, all you get are a bunch of fucking trolls who come in and they want to be on voice chat saying stupid shit and insulting stuff. And it's just not worth it. It's not. Now, he says viewers and Patreon. Common viewers, like open. No, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't just do open to someone. I'm going to create a party. Let's do everyone just join if you can and let's play. No, I wouldn't do it. Unless it was people who I knew from, say, stream chat, who I trusted. All right. Then I would maybe do it. But for the most part, no. Some people say, why don't you play with your subs? There's no way to do that. There's no way on Twitch for me to right now pull up my list of who are subscribers with their information so I could contact them and say, hey, guys, are you interested in playing with me in a multiplayer game today? And if you do, respond back. It doesn't exist. So people seem to be thinking of there's this crazy elaborate system behind the scenes of Twitch where you can get all this information about your subscribers and have contact with them. It doesn't exist, sadly. So that being said, it would be too much work to try to set up this elaborate thing amongst my 400 to 500 subscribers to try to get everyone an equal shot of being able to play with me. It doesn't exist. Then you say, well, what about Patreon? Well, in the past, I did have Patreon-only events where people would pledge to my Patreon. And if you did a certain pledge level, I would do a multiplayer event where you would play with me. That is a little bit better because, yes, if you pledge to my Patreon, I do get contact info from you. I am able to message everyone who pledges and say, hey, are you interested in playing, yada, yada, yada. However, it takes a lot of work because it's all about logistics. You got to find out who wants to play what. When are these people available? Am I available? Can I make my schedule available? Does it build in with the other game schedule of new AAA releases going on and the like? It's a lot of freaking work to make it happen, all right? It's not like, oh, I can just jump in and play with anyone at any time. It doesn't work like that. It's actually a significant amount of work. So that being said, no, quite frankly, I really don't have a lot of plans to be playing PUBG in squads or duos. I really don't have a lot of plans to be doing many or any events when it comes to that multiplayer like that. If there is a big multiplayer game coming up where it's a better game where you do group multiplayer stuff, then yes, I would consider doing it. However, I don't think that there's a point to it right now. Like PUBG, it's not, wow, Phil's playing PUBG in a squad. It's so amazing. It doesn't really add to anything. The game, first of all, on Xbox One is a piece of shit. It always has been. It's not like you're playing a great game when you're playing PUBG on Xbox One. The frame rate's still bad. There's still significant input delay. Even though they have made improvements, they have not made the game a viable competitive game at all on the Xbox One yet. I've actually heard over on PC, the game is way better. Better response time, much more reactive controls, and it ends up being a much better competitive experience. For me to team up with these people, it's just a gimmick. Well, people want to play with me for a few hours or whatever. It doesn't add anything. It's not like it's going to be some special event that's going to blow everyone away or whatever. So right now, no. I have absolutely no plans to be playing PUBG with other people, all right? So, it is what it is. Here's your first answer. Big Tone's second question. With your focus mainly on Twitch, would you consider looking into sponsorships to help with your financial burden? Well, folks, in the past couple of months, it's funny. He asked these questions to be answered in December. We've now seen what happens when people try to sponsor me. It doesn't work thanks to the trolls. So now you have your answer, Big Tone. Sadly, it's not viable. Number 3, what is your favorite part of the holiday season and why? What has changed from when you were younger to now? For me, the holidays, I like the Christmas season because obviously you get to decorate with the Christmas tree and Christmas decorations around the house. There's holiday music, there's holiday movies. A whole month where I get to watch various holiday specials and movies over the course of the month, and it gets me in a real positive attitude. And I mean, this year that just passed, I was able to do so much holiday themed content. I did Holiday Ask the King. I did a holiday gaming marathon. I did a Christmas Day special event. I did a bunch of special holiday themed events that I really enjoyed. So for me, that's why the holidays are special. Has anything changed between when I was a kid and now? Honestly, not really. It's very commercialized. Christmas is a very commercialized holiday to the point where, a lot of people just celebrate it for the fact that I get toys or I get presents. I buy presents, very, very, very business commercial, spend a ton of money. And it was like that when I was a kid too. Nothing's really changed in that regard. So I would say no. Big Tone asks, what are some of your most memorable moments interacting with Stream Chat? Well, I would definitely say, all right, in regards to Stream Chat interaction, just playing PUBG. Since I started playing PUBG, some of the cool interactions I've had, the discussions I've had, people actually getting to know me on a level that normally you wouldn't because people ask these questions, via cheers or whatever, and I get to answer them. And it's like, wow, this is definitely a 2 to 2.5 hour Q&A session every time that Phil plays PUBG because the game is so bare bones in what it is, except for usually the final few moments of every game, the final few 10 minutes of every 30-minute game. I don't really need to focus that much on what's going on. I'm just running around looting and running and driving vehicles. So I have the opportunity to really interact with people. And I would say it's those interactions that really add that people really like the fact that now you get to know me a little better by asking me various questions and stuff during those streams. I really have enjoyed them. I'm not playing PUBG on stream because I like the game. I'm playing PUBG on stream because I like the interaction I get to do with you when I play PUBG on stream. See what I mean? So that's been pretty cool. I'd also say during a lot of, like I said, the holiday events and things, having this fun atmosphere where I'm hanging out with people and we're all having good, great positive vibes and things going on during the streams is really awesome. I also think that some of the cool things that people have done in regards to like, oh, Phil, if you do really well in this game, we're all going to cheer and talk about it. You know, that's cool to get those kind of interactions or even bounties and bonuses where before I had stream chat interaction, I never had those. But now it's like, if Phil can get a win this next match, or if Phil can, you know, get a certain amount of kills, or if Phil could do this or that, there's a bounty. And now there's like an incentive for me to try to play well and do better in a game, which is pretty cool. So those I like as well. I mean, it's different. The stream chat interaction really has changed the whole face of what I do. Do I have absolutely specific cases of, oh my God, this is when stream chat really enhanced? You know, no, I don't really have that because every day I'm putting out how many hours of gameplay. It's hard for me to pinpoint and say, wow, I remember this one instance where this one thing this guy said was amazing. I can't really get that specific, but in general, just having the stream chat interaction has been really amazing. So thanks for that, guys. Really. Okay. All right. Let's see here. To keep going on, he says, there are many streamers out there that do collaborations to draw in viewership. Would you ever consider doing something along those lines? Again, I hate to say it, folks. People don't seem to realize who I am in the situation I'm in. And again, certainly not anything of my fault, nothing that I want or I desire. And it's not like I'm sitting here being negative and toxic every day, all day. I'm not. But sadly, there's these toxic idiots that follow me around like a bad hemorrhoid on your ass you can't get rid of. And who would want to collaborate with me, right, when you know you're going to get that element spill over to you, all right? Sadly, you know, a few of the people that I'm friendly with on Twitch, they don't really play games that are my style of games. Like, they wanted me to play Monster Hunter World with them. I don't even like that game. I played the beta. I thought it was boring as hell. My viewers didn't like it. I didn't want to have to invest a ton of time and effort to learn Monster Hunter World. In addition, thank God I didn't actually commit to that, because then I got sick. That weekend I got really sick. I had a bad fever and a bad headache, and I would have missed out on the collaboration that I would have promised that I would have done with them anyway. So it all kind of worked out. But yeah, honestly, folks, I don't really think that there are any collaborations that would work. Now, I'll give you an example of maybe some collaborations that could work. If there's a fighting game player out there who's going to be playing a game like Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection, and they know that I'm good at Super Turbo, maybe they like the games too, and they're going to be playing a lot of them, and they wanted to have a few sets with me. Let's have a few exhibition sets in all the games. You know, it's actually Hyper Fighting, Super Turbo, Street Fighter 3 Third Strike, and Street Fighter Alpha 3. All four of those games will be online playable in May when this collection releases. Let's collaborate with Phil. Let's do some sets online. That makes sense. That's the kind of collaboration for me. You want to have some sets. You want to, have some various gameplay against different people and show off the game, but also show off, your skill level and stuff like that. That could make sense, and I've done that before. If you actually take a look at fighting games in the past, I've done sets with people. Just recently with Dragon Ball FighterZ, I played with my friend Brian and Kekin, right? They played with me, and it was a fun session where it wasn't just me playing randoms. It was us having this controlled session of gameplay. I would consider doing stuff like that. But the thing is, for me, it's never going to be me going out and seeking this from others for two reasons, okay? Number one, I don't know much about other streamers. I just don't. When I'm not streaming, I'm not watching streams. I'm not watching other people make videos. For me, it's just about being here and having fun with you guys on a daily basis. That's it. And then when I'm outside of that, I'm not focusing on streaming, on videos, or anything, because I purposely want to separate myself from the gameplay and the streaming so that my whole life isn't just inundated by video games. Because if it was, I'd probably hate what I do for a living. I'd be so bored and burnt out on it. Because I purposely, when I'm not streaming and not gaming, I step away from it and I do other stuff. It allows me to come back and feel refreshed every single day. So, no, I'm streaming here today, and I'm going to go do research for 5 hours of streamers who maybe if I collaborated with it would be a good idea. I don't do that shit. Really, honestly, it's up to someone else to come and ask me if they want to do a collab, or up to you guys, the viewers, because you guys ultimately are the ones who out there know who are other gamers who would be a good collaboration for me. I don't know because I don't watch them. You guys would know. And over the years, there's been a few discussions and there's been a few suggestions, and I know some of my viewers have gone to other people and asked if they would collab, and honestly, nothing ever really came of it. Which leads me to part two. I don't know if anyone would ever want to collab with me, because again, when you know what's going to happen, right? Is that if I do a collab, the negative assholes who, again, are the hemorrhoid on my ass that I can't get rid of, no matter how much preparation H I put on my ass, the fuckers never seem to go away, would undoubtedly flood whoever the collab is with negativity and say, how dare you collab with Phil? It's a bad idea. He's this. Make up all the usual shit they always make up about me that's completely false. He's this, he's that, he's that, blah, 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 blah. All the usual bullshit. And so who wants to deal with that, right? Honestly, in the right mind, who wants to deal with that kind of bullshit and negativity when you know it's gonna rub off on the wrong way and it's gonna piss off your regular viewers and stuff? You know what I mean? That's what I mean. So all that being said, would I ever collab? If it made sense to collab, if there was a reason to collab on a game that I knew would be a good collaboration game for me, yes. And if there was someone who it made sense for me to collab with, yes. The problem is, number one, typically the games people want to collab with on me are games that I'm not even interested in, like Monster Hunter World. And number two, when finally there are opportunities where collab would make sense, most people don't want to bother not because of me. They have no problem with me personally. It's the negative shitheads who don't disconnect themselves from me that seem to ruin all that stuff. And again, what could you do? What on earth could I do to stop it? If I ignore it, they do it anyway. If I bring it up, they do it anyway. It's like no matter what I do, they do it anyway. So I don't know what to tell you, Big Town. Last but not least, he says, I have an idea for your reviews if it sounds possible. You should do a Twitch IRL stream and talk about a cluster of games briefly, then between each game encourage people to tip, cheer, and sub, and have a chance for their questions to be answered, why you felt that way on specific topics. Just a thought if that would be possible. Honestly, I'm going to be real honest with you, Big Town. Since I stopped doing reviews in September of last year, yes, there may be 100 people who were disappointed, but in general, I haven't really seen a big influx of people. Man, Phil, I'm so disappointed and angry that you're not doing formal game reviews anymore. The bottom line is most people can get a feeling of how I feel about a game just by watching me play it. You don't need to watch a formal 20-plus minute review of me either ripping a game a new asshole or kissing a game's butt and giving the... You don't need that. There are people out there, that's all they do. They're not gamers like me who are here streaming constantly all day and then take time away from the things that they're primarily good at to then do a game review. That's all they do, right? The thing is, here's the thing. The reason that I really feel that people want so much from me is because I'm a jack of all trades. When I started out on YouTube way back when in 2008, I did raw gameplay, then I branched to game reviews, then I branched to vlogging, right? I wanted to basically diversify myself on YouTube so I wasn't just known for one particular thing. The problem is, then other people started being known on the internet for just doing one particular thing. So this guy is the game review guy. He does really good game reviews. So you go watch him do his game reviews, and that's what he's popular for. This guy's a great streamer. He does really great raw streams and fun stuff. You go watch that guy. Me, I do everything. And I can't. I'll be honest with you guys. I can't continuously upkeep everything. I can't be here 5 to 8 hours a day doing fun streams for you, then somehow miraculously still have time to do a highly edited game review when I beat a game, then still do the vlogging I'm doing over here, but then be able to come back and have a personal life behind the scenes. It's not possible. All right? You know, something's got to give. And so sadly, because YouTube kind of broke itself last year with the ad revenue, and since when I know I make these edited videos for YouTube, I make next to no money. I'll give you an example. The most recent episode of DSP Tries It, I went out and probably spent about $15 on food. So far, I've made about $4.50 ad revenue on the video. So just imagine that. I put all this time and effort into a really highly edited review, hours of work, 4 or 5, maybe more hours of work. So that's 1 or 2 streams I don't do. No revenue for me. I put it on YouTube and I make $4. See what I mean? I got to be realistic. I got to do what works with the business. I got to do what works for me. And for me, doing these kind of streams, having fun with you guys on stream, that's the way to go. the old school do a review doesn't work. Now, what Big Tone is suggesting, okay, don't do a highly edited review like you used to do. Instead, do a stream where you go through recent games and you do live reviews talking. Honestly, I don't think that's what people come for me for anymore. They don't, you know? I don't think so. I don't think that people come here to hear me give a highly, detailed review anymore. There may have been a time when that was the case, but I think that's a bygone era. I think people now have their go-to people who they want to go to for game reviews, okay? For me, you want to see me play a game, have fun with it, or rage at it, or whatever, interact with you guys, have a good fun time, and put on a really entertaining stream where it feels like a fun and safe social atmosphere. That's what people are coming here for, and that's what's working. That's why I'm still here. If I didn't do that in 2017, I wouldn't be here. I would have had to sell my house, and I wouldn't have been able to pay my bills, okay? So that's why I do it that way. And that's why my game reviews went away in, 2017. Around September, I just stopped doing them. And honestly, yes, initially, a few people, I got a few dozen messages, maybe I'm disappointed Phil's not reviewing games anymore, but after about a month or two, people stopped asking. And instead, it was, well, seems more interested in just focusing on the gameplay and the fun streams that Phil puts out. And that's been what's working. So I'm going to go with what works, I am. I'm going to do what works. And as Vendatus just said, he says, Phil does kind of do mini reviews in the credits when they roll for a game anyway. He gives his kind of overall feelings about the game. That is correct, and I've always been doing that. I'm going to be honest with you guys. What it is ease of access. There's some people who I absolutely am so, I've been so brainwashed and or trained in my head to think that the only way someone could do a review is a formal video on YouTube. And that's it. If there's no formal video, that people didn't review the game. But I do review every game I play. Like, literally, when I played Dragon Ball FighterZ, if you watched the end of my story mode, I told you what I thought about it in the credits. If you watch my online play, every time I play the game online, I'm giving you my opinions. You don't need a formal video where for 25 minutes I summarize all of my thoughts. All you gotta do is watch a couple videos and you've got my review. But people, again, it's not, I don't want to say it's an element of laziness. For them, it's more an element of convenience to have it summarized somewhere. You've been so trained in your head, you must have a formal review somewhere or it doesn't count. I get that, but that's not where I'm headed, folks. The future is a lot different for me now, especially with, the dawn of streaming and everything, and me now, the way I'm doing it, things are a lot different. So don't expect formal reviews. Honestly, unless there's a massive demand, I really want to see Phil's reviews back. I don't see a reason why I would come back to doing a full stream of just reviewing stuff, okay? I'd much rather just play games and have fun with you guys, to be real. Okay. So here you go. And now you got an idiot in the stream chat basically saying that I said that viewers are lazy, which I didn't, so you can enjoy your time out. See what I mean? Everything I say, oh, this is hilarious. Phil just said his viewers are lazy. I literally didn't say that. I said that people have been programmed to think that if there's not a formal game review somewhere, it doesn't count. Well, if Phil didn't put out a formal game review, he never reviewed Dragon Ball FighterZ. Well, actually, I did. I reviewed the multiplayer and I reviewed the single player in their respective video series and streams, but unless you watch it, you wouldn't know that, right? So that's what you got to look for in the future. And I'm sorry, but, people in the stream chat who are going to be, talking shit, enjoy your timeouts and ban. I mean, what else can I say? I'm not going to be sitting here answering your question and then literally 5 seconds later you twist my words. Idiots. All right. A few shout outs. We've got Eternal Napalm who did 100 bits here and said, what is your favorite game this generation? I don't even have one, and I hate when people ask me for favorites simply because I'm not that kind of person. This is definitively my favorite game ever. I'm not like that. If you ask me, gee, what's your favorite game for the past few months? Then I'll think, gee, what games came out at the end of the year, and I'll weigh in balance or whatever. But I don't have a game that's my favorite of this generation or anything like that. I don't think in absolutes, all right? So thank you for the cheer, but honestly, I don't have an answer for you. What's up, Jonathan Rojas? You the 75-bit cheers. How you doing today? Ready for the PUBG stream later tonight? Yep, I am playing PUBG later tonight. Good to see you, Jonathan. Thank you for the cheer. Big Tone did 100-bit cheers, and thanks for answering my questions, Phil. Thank you, and apologies to you, because I didn't answer your questions last show. I honestly still have no idea how I missed them, but at least you got your answers, right? Nick cheered and said, when you beat a game and the credits roll, could you put your webcam on full screen and make that a separate video for reviews? No. because then you're going to have music from the game running in the background. There's no reason. There's literally no reason for me to do formal game reviews ever again. If you want these highly edited, highly detailed formal reviews, there's people out there who do them, and that's all they do, and they're known for it, and you can watch their formal reviews. If you want to know my opinion, you watch the credits roll of a single-player game, or you watch my opinions when I'm playing multiplayer. It's not rocket science. It's all there for you, okay? Big Tone also did a 50-bit cheers. I also subbed, but now it's not letting me share. What I've noticed, Big Tone, is that sometimes when you sub right away, it doesn't have the share button. Although sometimes it does. All right. Sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't. And I don't understand why. Sometimes it is and sometimes it isn't. You know what I mean? Like, I don't get it. I don't work for Twitch. I don't know the answers to that. But keep your eyes peeled. And the reason I say that is, like, for example, I have a Twitch Prime sub that I give to my friend Tolo over on his channel. You know, once a month when it renews or whatever, I resub to him. And usually the share button never pops up. But then I come back a day or two later, and now it says, oh, do you want to share that you subbed? Yeah, I did 2 days ago. I might as well do it now. So, there you go. All right, let's jump back into Patreon questions. These next batch of questions are all from Nick, incidentally. So, let's answer some of Nick's questions. He says, first of all, you classify yourself as a variety streamer who does playthroughs or coverage of many different games, and you move on when you're done with them. Is there a way that you would become a niche streamer with games that you specialize in, like Dark Souls or fighting games? Honestly, probably not. Here's the thing. Do I like games from Software? Absolutely I do. I've played them all, right? I've played every single one. Well, at least all the ones that were of that Souls mentality. I know that From Software made some games before the Souls games and stuff like that I didn't play. Do I like fighting games? Of course I do. I mean, I wouldn't play every single one if I didn't. I wouldn't go back to, you know, playing the old school fighters every once in a while if I didn't love these fighting games, right? Just a no-brainer. Yes, I love them. But do I love this stuff to the point where I would want to really hardcore get into one genre and just play the fuck out of it so that I could say, oh, now I could become a speedrunner, or I could become like a high-level player? Not really. Now, I'm certainly not saying this would never happen, but what I can tell you is, in particular, especially the past few years, there hasn't been any games or fighting games in particular that have piqued my interest to the point where I would want to do that. I honestly thought with Street Fighter V, with all the promises that Capcom gave us, oh, this is going to be a throwback to the classic games of the past. It's going to, you know, you're going to want, if you played Super Turbo, you're going to love Street Fighter V. Fuck you, Cap. What a bunch of liars. The game plays nothing like Super Turbo. The game is, you know, it's just a shame that they lied to us. But, you know, I was gung-ho. I was ready to go full force into Street Fighter V. And if it was good and I liked it, I was going to play it hardcore. I was going to maybe travel to tournaments. And then it ended up being terrible at launch. So it kind of dashed my hopes and dreams. And since then, honestly, I mean, there hasn't been games like Tekken, Injustice. Do I like them? Yes. But I don't like them enough to the point where I want to play them at a competitive level. And I would sink tons of time to be this one kind of streamer. And there really hasn't been any good Street Fighter games. Now, again, with the upcoming Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection in May, it's got Super Turbo, it's got Third Strike, it's got games in there that I know I'm good at, and I could have a lot of fun with playing at a higher level. Will I maybe play those more hardcore? Maybe. We'll see. But again, I don't want to get my hopes up like I did with Street Fighter V, and then the game sucks at launch, the netcode's terrible, the game's crap. You know, let's see what happens with this collection coming up, and we'll go from there. Fair enough? Okay. Let's keep going. Nick had a bunch of questions. He says, what do you think is the difference between a Let's Play and a live stream? I've seen a lot of creators. I've seen a few creators I follow do this new thing where they record the Let's Play parts during the week, and they do a stream during the weekend. Obviously, both methods have their advantages over each other, so there's interaction for live streams with the ability to edit with Let's Plays, but do you think that they are separate products because of it? Because typically, both methods are used for a full playthrough. Well, from what I've seen, I actually know a particular streamer who does raw gameplay and records the raw gameplay with his streams. Then, during the week, he edits that footage and creates Let's Plays for YouTube via edited stream footage. So it would be like the best of his playthrough is the videos that he releases on his YouTube channel. He doesn't release the raw streams. I think what he does, he keeps the raw streams on Twitch, but then he edits those and releases that on YouTube as a best of, okay? This guy, by the way, has a ridiculous amount of subs, a ridiculous amount of views. He makes a ton of money, so he has the ability to do this. He's not like me where I need to be here every single day live streaming for you guys to make enough money to pay my bills, all right? If I had the flexibility where I could take 2-3 days off a week, Yeah, more than likely what I would probably do is I would do live streams 2-3 days a week, and then the other 2-3 days a week I would edit, and I would have those videos go live on YouTube. And it would be a hybrid of kind of the best formula of what people like on YouTube with the best formula of what people like via live streams. However, I'm not big like them. I don't make money like them. I can't afford to do that. You guys know I have to be here almost every day, right? If not every day. You know, now is the change where I'm going to have one day off a week, but I can't afford it. If I did that, literally, if I started editing the videos for YouTube 2-3 days a week and only stream 2-3 days a week, I would be out of business within 2 months and lose my house. So I can't do it. I have to be here every single day to be able to earn stuff, you know? That's the situation I'm in. It sucks. I wish I was a bigger person, bigger streamer with more popularity. I don't. It's a pipe dream. That's the problem. People say, like Nick just said, oh, I see what other streamers and YouTubers do it. Yeah, and guess what? I guarantee you every fucking single one of them is bigger than me, or they don't do it full time. They have another job. I can't do it like that. All right? Another question. With your girlfriend moving in, having a second income, the growth of subs on Twitch, rumors of Amazon's new YouTube competitor, do you predict that in the near future you'll be able to upgrade quality even further, like hiring an editor, investing in a new PC, doing reviews again? I already answered the reviews question. How long do you think it will take for you to reach that stage of your life? Listen, people love to go way ahead and jump the gun. What you guys don't realize is that, yes, I say between last year, early this year, things are looking good. Things are on the up. However, when things go up, now I owe more taxes. And this is what's bullshit about the United States. You earn more, that means you live a better life, right? No, you earn more, now you pay more, and it negates it, and now you're back to where you were. That's kind of what's happening with me right now, is last year, with the live streaming, I made a little bit more money, which was great. For the first time ever, I had an increase in my income from what I was making yearly. But because of that, now I owe more taxes, and now I'm supposed to magically pull this money out of thin air, even though I spent it all on paying my bills and shit. Now I'm supposed to have all this money to pay these federal taxes and state back taxes and all the tax bullshit. It's stupid because I saved and or had enough money based off of what the taxes were estimated they were supposed to be last year. And now they're higher than that because I made more money. But how was I supposed to know I was going to make more money? When you have a business like this, there's no way you can tell what you're going to make. At the beginning of last year, business was way down because YouTube ad revenue was terrible. How was I supposed to predict that Twitch would be great by the end of the year? There's no way to tell, okay? So it really is the way that the United States tax system works is complete bullshit. They expect that everyone who owns their own business is rolling in dough. At any moment, I could just pay you thousands of dollars because I made more money. Now I'm supposed to have all this money to pay the federal government, even though it's not in reality how it fucking works, okay? Will there be a second income here? First of all, it didn't happen. Second income is not here yet. Kat's been here for about a week. We just worked on getting her driver's license. Now we got to get her car insurance. We got to get her health insurance. We're working on all this stuff. Then she can start her job. Then within a couple of weeks, yes, there'll be some additional income. It's not like, oh, she's here immediately. There's like all this money rolling in. It's not how life works, okay? We knew this. When this happened, we knew that this was going to happen. Any additional money that I'm making right now, all right? Any additional money that I'm making right now is going to go towards taxes. It's not going to go towards a new PC. It's not going to go towards this frivolous shit. If my PC died right now, yeah, then I'd probably have to scrape and use the little credit that I have and maybe drop some money to get a new PC. I have to work with what I have. I don't have the flexibility now to be buying new equipment and doing this shit because I know I've got big tax payments and stuff coming up. This is reality. People think I live in some fantasy world where, again, they still think I'm a bigger streamer, I'm a bigger YouTuber, and I'm making ridiculous amounts of money, and I have tons of disposable income, and I can blow all this money. It's not the situation, folks. It's not. I'm very happy that things are on the up, but at the same time, I'm not in some situation where I have all this money to blow. I wish I could improve and get a better PC and do PC. I can't. It's not going to happen. Right now, the next basic thing I need is either a new PS4 because my PS4 constantly has audio issues, or a new TV because my TV is old and has input delay. Those are the things. If I do upgrade, those are the things I'm going to upgrade next. Now spend thousands of dollars on another fucking PC to play a PC game once every 3 months. Frivolous, stupid shit. That's not what I'm going to be spending money on. Okay, hiring a video editor. What? Yes, I have tons of money to hire a video editor to put my videos together. What the heck? All right. Next question. Would you ever consider adding a blog to thekingofhate.com where you can write your reviews, updates, and thoughts? This would be more effective than making a video of it or less. No. Blogging is very, very, very much for people who have hobby time. It's not for people who are serious and want to have a following and or want to do it for business. I'm just being real here. Web traffic on a website, even if I could put ads on thekingofhate.com, negligible. It would not be worth the time of doing blogging. That's not going to happen. Nick then says, his final question, is there a reason you stopped doing voice acting during dialogue-heavy games and instead just read them in your regular voice? I feel the quality dropped. Dude, I swear most of Nick's questions are common sense. Do you hear my voice right now? Do you hear it? Hear how hoarse it is? You notice that recently in the past year since I did full-time streaming and I'm talking a lot more, that my voice has been a lot hoarse a lot more often. I wonder why I don't do voice acting. I mean, because I'm already constantly strained. I'm already constantly can barely, some days I have to come here with lozenges and tea and shit just to make shit work. Obviously, I can't do voice acting now. Like, all right, enough. Let's move on. So, to shout out to Bone Thugs and Harmony, who just gave me a $2 tip. I appreciate that, Bone Thugs and Harmony. And Cresta Angel did a 25-bit cheer and says, can't stay till the end of the show, so see this at the end if you want. But instead of playing PUBG, why don't you go back to other games like Grand Theft Auto 5 Online or Metal Gear Online and interact the way you normally do in PUBG? GTA 5 specifically would have a lot of time off moments because those games aren't new. Ladies and gentlemen, the people who play Grand Theft Auto 5 Online are people who've stuck with the game since day one. They did these social interactions with people. Again, yeah, if back then when GTA 5 Online was new and I didn't get it, right? If then I had gotten it and I wanted to do social interactive streams in those games, it would have worked. I'm not going to go to older games now and try to get viewership. It's not going to work. If you want to bring in interaction, you want to bring in attention to your streams, you got to play what's hot and new. When I play PUBG, I know I'm getting views coming in from people who normally aren't my viewers because they're just looking for people playing PUBG. If a new game comes out, this is the new game that everyone's hot for social interaction. Sure, but I'm not going back to older games. That doesn't make any sense. Why don't you just play a 10-year-old game that has a lot of downtime for social interaction? Because no one wants to watch that game. That's why. Big Tone, now his subscription came through. He's now subscribed for 8 months in a row. Thank you very much, Big Tone, for 8 months of support. I really do appreciate that. Okay. All right. We've got one final question from a patron, and then actually we can wrap this up, take a break. I'll rest my voice, thank God, because I need it, and then we'll come back with forum questions. All right, so this one is from Atlas Telemon, and he says, I know that you'd like to go blind into the game Sea of Thieves. However, there's a long game in this release with only a couple of streams. You might not be able to get the full picture and possibilities of what you can do in the game. I really hope that you play it as long as possible. This game has blown away every record out of the books with respect to stream hours on Twitch, just in the 2 beta sessions alone. If done right, including a working mic, this game could be your PUBG 2.0. I'm seriously contemplating buying an Xbox One X just for it, and I think that I'll get PUBG as well. Hopefully, hope to play both games with you online. Will you pre-invest in this game with info, reach, and tech? All right. It's very simple. Sadly, folks, Sea of Thieves has one major negative going for it. It's on Xbox One. It's bad. Like, if this game were cross-platform and it were on PS4 and everything, it would have a much bigger player base. It would be a game that would get a lot more attention. Sadly, it's a Microsoft exclusive. I hate to say it, Microsoft exclusives the last few years have not been very great, and a lot of them just get bypassed because most people own a PS4 over an Xbox One. Now, that's not always the case. There's some people who own both. There's some people who only own the Xbox One. I get that. But, number one, you're already getting a less player base by just being an Xbox exclusive, all right, when it comes to consoles. Number two, because it's an Xbox exclusive, I can't talk on it. All right, let me repeat myself. There's no way that I have a microphone or whatever that'll work. My old headsets used to work the microphone with Xbox One. I now use this, the Astro A40 TRs. These are for the PS4. I bought them for the PS4 because I know for the most part when I play games, they're going to be on PS4. So I bought the headset that was going to work potentially with the console that I was going to play on the most. The microphone doesn't work on Xbox One. And you might say, well, Phil, then why don't you just buy a separate mic? How? How do I buy a separate mic that I can use and hear what people are saying? It wouldn't work. I'd have to have 2 headsets on. I'd have to have this headset here and then another headphone to hear the voice chat of the people. It's not going to work, sadly. it doesn't seem like there's a way viably that I could have like voice chat and active communication on Xbox One moving forward. It just doesn't seem like it's viable, like it's going to work. And I know, in particular, the one game that I would need that social interaction is Sea of Thieves. Now that being said, I do want to play Sea of Thieves. I am going to get Microsoft Game Pass next month to play Sea of Thieves. I am going to have offering people. By the way, there's a thread on my forums of people posting up who wants to do co-op in Sea of Thieves. I'd be more than happy, as I'm playing the game, to invite different people in to play with me on a daily basis when I play Sea of Thieves when it launches. And, Atlas Telemon is basically saying, if you treat the game like a game like PUBG, where maybe you play it every few days, a couple hours a day, you get to the long game and the game ends up better. I get that, but am I really a person who, when I stream, people are tuning into it, see me invest so many hours into a game like that? Like, I think it'll be a fun game for a few days. People will see what you can do in the game. Me messing around with viewers in a party, trying to save a ship, do looting and the like, and do stuff like that. I definitely think that in the short term, it'll have some appeal. But long-term appeal for a game like that is basically going to be the same as long-term appeal for a game like Destiny, long-term appeal for a game like The Division. All games that, they're not my style of game. Me doing long-term co-op with people, my viewers don't care about that, right? That's not what I'm known for. That's not what people are going to show up to watch. You know what I mean? I would love to check it out and give it a shot, but there's no way that I can commit to doing tons of research and buying equipment and making this be the biggest cooperative playthrough I've ever done, especially when, honestly, what I've heard about the game is that, honestly, it's great in a group of 4 or whatever. If you play it by yourself, it's terrible. It's actually a horrible game. It's almost unplayable solo, to the point where it's just a bore and or really annoying, and people don't want to play it solo. It's one of the major gripes is another game like Destiny. Great game for co-op, but if you don't have co-op partners all the time, the game's worthless, and it's online only, and there's no story. So it's like all these online co-op games is another one of this case of they jumped on the bandwagon. Instead of making a robust $60 release that's worth your money, it's a game that you could only play with friends. So again, that's why I'm not even buying it right now. I know for a fact what I'm going to do is get Microsoft Game Pass and play it for a few days to see if I like it. Yes, maybe I'll go back to it every once in a while, but I'm not going to buy this game full for $60 just for a few sessions. You know what I mean? I guess we'll see. We'll see what happens when it comes out. I personally am not going to spoil the game. No, I'm not going to immerse myself and spoil the game. So now I get it, and I know everything that's in it, and it's not even fun anymore because I know what I can do. I think just the natural, raw exploration of me running around in a game for the first time and exploring and seeing what's there is actually one of the big things that appeal to people about watching my streams and videos. So, but sadly, I hate the fact, I really do, I hate the fact that it's an Xbox One exclusive. Because honestly, if this game were on PS4, it'd be way easier for me to form parties, way easier for me to play with other people. I'd have voice chat communication, and all because it's a Microsoft exclusive game. It's already, I know it's going to hinder the playthrough big time. And there's nothing I can really do about it. I can't even have voice chat on Xbox One. All right, so there you go. That was Atlas's question. We got a couple more shout-outs, then we'll take a break. Sonic Fighter 25 did a 100-bit cheer. It said, Phil, longtime fan. Been here since your first Infamous playthrough back in 2009. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much. Some idiot in the stream chat just tipped me $2. Thank you to the person who did that. That was their name. I'm not insulting them. And Mr. Swaggins cheered and said, why do you play games that you know won't draw huge crowds like Secret of Mana? Have you ever thought of doing the whole idea where if you don't get a certain level of attendance, you drop the game? Well, here's the thing. I walk the line of trying to balance what's fun for me, what's fun for the viewer, and also what's lucrative for the business, all right? Right now, there's not a lot going on in the realm of new releases. I didn't want to play Monster Hunter World. I knew I wasn't going to enjoy it. My viewership wouldn't have liked it. I played the beta. They didn't like it. I skipped it. Outside of that, I've played almost every major new release. There's one major new release this past week I didn't play, Kingdom Come Deliverance. Guess what? I looked into it. It's not the kind of game I'm interested in. It's probably a game I wouldn't have enjoyed, and my viewership probably would have gotten bored after 2 sessions, just like a lot of other games. So again, I skipped it. So what am I doing right now? I'm playing Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, which is doing good. I'm playing Secret of Mana, which is not doing good. But I'm also doing PUBG. I'm doing multiplayer stuff. Today I'm doing Ask the King. I'm doing a variety of content. When you do a variety of content, Then, every once in a while, I can squeeze in a stream of something that maybe isn't super lucrative and super popular. In particular, Secret of Mana is a throwback RPG from my heyday. It's a game that I rented a bunch of times but never beat. And I wanted to go back and play it and enjoy it and see how far I could get in it without having to worry about, oh no, views, oh no, money, and stuff like that. And I've only played it twice so far, but I've done really good the 2 times that I played it, and it's good for variety's sake. It's a game that I'll play on and off, as a game that I'll wedge in or stick in as a nighttime stream every once in a while. It won't take a lot of time away from other games. I'll still have other featured games during the day, and things will work out well that way. Yeah, if I was playing Secret of Mana as my main featured stream every day for a week, I'd probably have a lot of problems. Because of the way I'm doing it, where I can just wedge it in every once in a while, it doesn't really hinder from other playthroughs or anything like that. It works, okay? So all that being said, that's why I'm playing the game. It's tough because there's games that I would love to play that I still haven't. There's games from throwbacks from back in the day that I haven't even touched that I would love to play. But again, I don't have the freedom. I don't have the freedom to just play whatever I want. I'm kind of at the whim of what games are going to bring in viewers so that I know that not only am I having fun and putting out an entertaining stream, but that you guys are having fun so that I can, basically keep this going. I have to make income while I'm streaming. It's that simple. You don't, oh, but other streamers don't talk about that. Yeah, other streamers who have 4 times my viewership don't talk about that. You're right. Wow, congratulations. You made the direct dots connection to people who are way more successful who don't have to talk about that stuff. Guess what? When I was back on YouTube, 2011, 2012, when I was rolling in views and money, I didn't ever talk about it either. It wasn't until the decline in 2013, 2014 where it became a regular topic of discussion because I need to keep paying my bills, okay? It's that simple. All right, everybody. That's about it for part 1 of Ask the King, all right? And I want to say thank you guys for being here for the show so far. It's been a good show. Thank you for the cheers, subs, and tips, your support. Let's take a break. If you're watching this on stream, there's going to be about a 10-15 minute break for me to rest my voice. God, do I need it. For those who are watching on YouTube, it's going to be part 2 will be a separate video, all right? Thank you, everyone. I appreciate it. And I'll be back in a few minutes with forum questions. See you then.